The Blades Ramble are proudly supported by our main channel sponsor, My Business Group, a group of brands designed to support owners, leaders and managers in business. If you're looking to grow your business, contact mybusinessgroup.co.uk today for more information or follow the link in the description below. Today's Ramble is proudly sponsored by High Point Access Limited, your one-stop shop for all your working at heights and roofing needs. Please find their details in all the links below. Thank you again to High Point Access for your continued support of the Blades Ramble.
Like and subscribe to Blades Ramble.
What is happening, Blades? And welcome back to the Blades Ramble. I am, of course, Jimmy, and this is Rumour Has It. Now, there's been a lot of Rumour Has It's recently. I understand that. I promise we will start incorporating different types of videos on the channel. We've got the transfer tracker coming up, which is where myself and Bald and Brilliant Lee will be reviewing the transfers that have taken place in the Championship. We've got 10-minute transfers when we're discussing deals that are almost done. And we've got touchy subjects. We've already released a couple of those in terms of difficult subjects to talk about that we don't always want to discuss because it's you know, taboo, if you like, certainly in Sheffield United circles. But we do it anyway. The majority of them at the moment, though, are going to be rumours. And what will probably happen is these videos will dwindle a little bit and they'll be taken over by like 10-minute transfers and other things like that. So the latest rumour doing the rounds is that Mark McGuINNESS and Tahith Chong are both open. We are open to offers for both. This doesn't mean they're officially on the transfer list. We have to be clear on that. This is from a report from Danny Hall in the Star. We're not going to go into all the details. We're not going to show you the article or anything like that. Please go over there and support them. It's his original work, so I'm crediting him with providing us with the information. But he is basically saying, in a very succinct way, and as I say, you'll get more detail over there, United will listen to offers, suitable offers for both players. We're not going to give them away, which we would obviously anticipate and hope anyway, but we are willing to listen to sensible offers for both Mark McGuINNESS and Tahith Chong, who've been with the club, just signed last summer. I cannot be a hypocrite in this, and I have to say, I would be an advocate of this happening. And there's a couple of reasons why I don't think it's difficult, because we have to readjust our expectations. It's something I'm banging a drum about, and I will continue to bang that drum. I don't think either player is a top-end Championship player. I also don't think that Sheffield United will be competing for an automatic spot next year, but we've got to try. Of course, we've got to try and collate a squad that can get us as close to there as possible. We're not going to just give up because we've lost parachute payments or anything like that and just become a side chasing the playoffs. We want the best possible team in the most efficient manner we can get it, sort of best, closest we can get in terms of tight wage restrictions and stuff like that. So I don't think these two players are top-end Championship players. We know when they were signed, it was a little bit, it felt like panic stations. If you cast your minds back, and apologies to do this to you, but we had brought in a lot of, what were they called? AI signings, development signings from Bulgaria, Polendikov, who's still here, Ukaki, Nachukwu. None of them played a professional game for United, as far as I'm aware yet. Certainly not deemed ready for the first team by anybody, as far as we know. All went out on loan, apart from Polendikov, who stayed in youth team. Louis Barry came in, Ben Godfrey came in, Tyler Binden came in, all had very little impact. And then in the last couple of days of the window, it might have even been the last day, there were a flurry of signings. And Cheo Ogbeni, Tahith Chong, Mark McGuINNESS, Japhet Tanganga, all came in what was viewed at the time as a panic move. And I think that's proven to be right. And with those sort of moves, you tend to chuck money about. And we had money then. We were having parachute money, and I think we've overpaid, probably for both players, but I think they'll be on a very healthy wage From what we hear, that's the case anyway, and decent length contracts. So the first consideration is who's going to take them? Can we get them out? That's the first thing you have to think about. But also, if you can get them out for players even of equivalent ability, even if you don't think they're top-end championship players and you get somebody of equivalent ability for much less money, I would raise you, and this will come as no surprise to people who followed the channel for a while, Michael Hellick at Oxford. Yes, he's been relegated with Oxford, but I rate him as a player. I'm not saying at 30, 31, wherever he might be now, I'm not saying he will be a top-end championship player now. But is he worse than Mark McGuinness? I'm not sure. Or is he better than Mark McGuinness? You could argue possibly is. He'll be on a lot less money than Mark McGuinness, and there's something like a 650 grand release clause due to Oxford's relegation. That's just one example. The other side of the coin, which we have to consider, is how depleted does this leave us if we are listening to offers for players without getting anybody else in first? And there's always a balancing act to this, because you don't want clubs knowing that you're desperate for a centre-half or you're desperate for a winger, because then they can hold you to ransom if you want one of their players. So I've just had a quick look at United's squad with the players that have left. You've got to think, who's left? With Gyro, Ings, Gyro, Ings, me, Davis. They're the four contracted players that have left the club. But then all the loans have returned as well. Ogbeni, Samari, Binden, Hoover, Phillips and Hjelde. So that's 10 gone. Then potentially these two that we are willing to listen to offers to, which again, I think is the right move. But it leaves you with a very depleted squad. So you've got the three goalkeepers. We look at the defence. And if McGuinness is to go from the first team, yes, we've got Sariki at right back and possibly Jamie Shackleton that can be seen as a backup right back. I know we've all got differing opinions on that. Whether he's available or not, we've not really seen him, have we, in 2 years. But even if you're very generous and you say we've got two right backs to cover, left back, we've got Burrows and McCallum to fight it out for that left back spot. Centre half, one, Jafik Tanganga. If you sell Mark McGuinness, we've lost Binden, we've lost Hjelde, Hoover's gone back, Ben Mee's been released, we've got one. And that leaves you needing three, I would say. Similarly, and I said it right this time, similarly, with Tahith Chong, the only winger we've got at the club, the legitimate winger, I would say is Andre Brooks. He didn't come through as a winger, but I think he's done more than enough to earn his reputation as a starting right winger for Sheffield United. Tahith Chong can play on the right wing, can play on the left wing, sometimes plays in the 10, but he's more seen as a winger. Who else have we got that plays on the wing? Well, Callum Aware sometimes gets shifted out there. Gus Hamer gets shifted out there. But nobody really thinks they're natural wingers that I'm aware of. No one else. No one else in the squad. I mean, you might argue Ryan One can come on in off a side, but in terms of legitimate wingers, Chong is it. Chong, other than Brooks, Chong is your backup winger. So are we leaving ourselves a little bit short? Would you like to see this happen? Do you think that because of the lack of numbers, they should be retained as squad options, despite their reported high wages? Or are you happy just to clear the decks? Because we had such a terrible season last time. We want to clear the decks and we want new characters into the dressing room. And I think there's an argument for both. I think it's apparent which side I fall on, but I can see the argument for both. So let me know in the comments what you guys are thinking. I'm really interested to see how we go this summer. Wild has promised that it will not be like it was last season. I believe him. And judging by some of the murmurings and the rumours that we are hearing, then there are going to be big changes at Bramall Lane this summer. So we'll leave it there for now. Get your comments in. If you enjoyed the video, please like. If you're not already, do subscribe to the channel. But for now, come on, you red and white wizards. Up the blades!